Hello, and welcome to week one of Business 515 Business Intelligence. So, this short narrated presentation is just designed to give you a little bit of a feeling for what lies ahead and where we'll be going this week as we start on our journey to understanding business intelligence. So, this week we'll cover chapters 1 through 3 in your textbook, and starting with 1, which is your typical introductory chapter that talks about what business research is and how it can be useful to a business's strategy or day-to-day operations. So we're going to talk about how business research contributes to business success, and that can be in whatever area of business you are practicing, whether that's marketing or finance or management or any other area. Research can help us answer questions that help us do our jobs better and perform better organizationally. So we're also going to talk about situations that call for business research, because the truth is that sometimes research might not be needed, and it is a costly endeavor, both in terms of time and money. So we want to be thinking in terms of cost benefit here. There are some situations where business research is called for. There are some situations where secondary research that's cheaper and faster might suffice. Others where primary research is required. So we want to get a feeling for when research is required and when it is not. And then finally, we're going to talk about how the environmental changes in terms of technology and the globalization of business are impacting business research. And speaking of technology, into chapter 2, we're going to talk about information systems and knowledge management. So we're going to talk about some basic concepts like data, information, and intelligence, how we start with raw data, we transform that through analysis and organization into information, and then information is communicated and transformed into intelligence, which is actionable information that helps us change something or do something differently to help our business perform better. We're going to talk about 4 characteristics that describe data, and we're going to talk about decision support systems, which is kind of a technological manifestation of business intelligence. And we're going to talk about databases, which is a very important topic these days in business. You've probably heard the term big data and data mining, and all of that is enabled by databases. So we'll spend some time learning about some basic information about. And then finally, in chapter 3, we're going to turn towards the abstract and study one of my favorite topics, which is theory building and theories. So we're going to talk about the meaning and goals of theory, what it is and what it tries to do. We're going to talk about some terminology, concepts, propositions, variables, and hypotheses, and what those terms mean and how they relate to theory building. We're going to talk about how theories are built and developed and tested, and how the scientific method can be used to aid in that process. Your due dates for this week, and this will be fairly typical. You have a reading quiz due day 4. Your initial post in the discussion forum is due day 5. Case analysis due day 6. Discussion forum responses are due on day 7, and then every week there will be a research deliverable, I'm calling them, that's due on day 7. And this first one is a theory development exercise where I'm going to ask you to try to use what you've learned this week to come up with a theory that could explain or predict some useful phenomenon in your business, or some important phenomenon in your business. So these weekly deliverables are not worth a lot of points, but I do want you to put forth a good bit of effort on them, because what's going to happen is these weekly deliverables are going to build on themselves, and they're going to build up to your final research project and report that you have to turn in at the end of the semester, which is worth a lot of points. So rather than taking these weekly assignments lightly and then having to redo them or go back to the drawing board 2 or 3 weeks from now, go ahead and do your best work on these weekly deliverables, so that by the end of the semester your research project is mostly done. All you're doing is polishing at that point and not stressing about trying to do it at the last minute. Okay, so that's the week ahead. I think it will be fun and exciting and interesting, and I hope you will think so too. If you have any questions, of course, I'm always available via email, my preferred means of contact, and during virtual office hours. Please don't hesitate to reach out if I can be of assistance in any way.